Hello, good afternoon. So today is one more time on Libet. Last time, you all seemed to be stonily unimpressed by the revolutionary Libet results. So I want to begin by just going over one more time what I take the basic point here to be and why I think it's revolutionary. And maybe now we have time to think about it a bit more. You can tell me again why it's not revolutionary, why I should stop doing this. So the basic Libet point is that action is initiated before conscious intention. Your brain is what decides which action you're going to perform. Your unconscious brain is what decides which action you're going to perform. Then later you form the intention. The naive picture, the natural picture is your conscious intention comes first. You decide, I'm going to pick that up. I'm going to push this lever to the right or to the left. Then my brain will kick into action to bring it about that I push it to the left or that I push it to the right. But I'm in charge. My conscious intention is what starts off the process. But the Libet experiment with the EEG readout from the premotor cortex and the subject noting the time in the spinning clock when the conscious intention is formed, they seem to show that the unconscious brain is kicking in to choose the action and to bring about the whole process of moving the body before the conscious intention is formed. And that suggests that the right picture is that the cell firings that cause action are just causing the action, and your conscious intention is a byproduct of the process. Your conscious life, your conscious decisions are being given off like a gas, as a waste product of the whole decision-making process. You were not being consulted when the actual effective processes were being initiated. You are a bystander. The brain merely notifies you what is afoot. As I said, the initial Libet results were measured in hundreds of milliseconds, the brain initiating the unconscious activity hundreds of milliseconds before the conscious intention was recognized. But these were very superficial measures of readiness potential. They were just measuring relatively simple stealth measures. But as people have gone deeper into measuring brain activity before the initiation of action, it's turned out that there are these regions that have full information as to just what's going to be happening up to 10 seconds before the awareness of the conscious intention. That prior activity specifically encodes how you're going to decide whatever it is you're doing. And in Libet, as we saw last time, Libet's way of saving free will is to say, well, you can override. Once you're notified, as it were, once you get the notification at the level of conscious intention, you can say, hey, stop that, don't do that. And that's maybe what your free will consists in, that you have this veto over what's happening. That the conscious veto is a control function, it's not just becoming aware of what's happening. So here's Libet. The role of conscious will then is not to initiate a voluntary act, but to control whether the act takes place. And we may view the conscious initiatives for voluntary action as bubbling up in the brain, and the conscious will then selects, that has a kind of presidential veto here, that you can select which ones will go forward to action and which ones to veto in the box with no act appearing. But in the paper I sent round from last year, that I must say I'm still digesting, but that seems to show that even that hope of Libet's doesn't work. The amplitude of pre-stimulus electric readiness potential differ between trials where participants freely chose whether to inhibit or to respond rapidly. So you've got trials where some subjects are choosing freely to inhibit the action. They start the action and then they say, okay, I'm not going to do that after all, or else they let the action ride out to completion. Last moment decisions to inhibit or delay depend on unconscious preparatory neural activity. You get the same phenomenon with the decisions to veto. So it's not as if you're in charge and you have a veto. Whether you veto itself depends on unconscious brain activity. That's a bombshell. That is the overthrow of civilization. There we go. Yes? Are you comfortable with that? You shouldn't be. That's the end of the world. That's the end of social life. That's the end of civilization. All of civilization depends on the idea that we are in charge of our actions. We can be blamed or praised for them because we make things happen. I mean, what model of free will could you have that would accommodate that kind of result? I said conscious thinking. We think of conscious thinking as, this is you at the top. This is you and your body. You're the CEO of what goes on here. You get to decide. You say, make it happen, and your minions make it happen. You say, I don't want it to happen. Your minions say, okay, we won't make it happen. We'll make it not happen. But it turns out that you are just a stooge. You are not really what's making all this stuff go on. There is some other backstage unconscious activity that is making it all happen. You might say, well, actually, that's consistent with my being in charge. That's consistent with free will. You might say, well, look, to be free is to be the ultimate originator of the action. To be free is to be the guy back here. But what's so special about the CEO here? Well, what's so special is, you might try to say this is kind of counterfactuals. Let's just say, were he to say, or she to say, I don't want this to happen, it wouldn't happen. Were he to say, I do want it to happen, then it will happen. So you can say that's what freedom is. If I were to say it's going to happen, it would happen. If I were to say it's not going to happen, then it's not going to happen. I could do otherwise. That's freedom. What about that? And you can say, well, I've got that in the Libet case. You put it in terms of possible worlds. In the nearest possible worlds in which I say is going to happen, it still happens. In the nearest possible worlds in which I say is not going to happen, it doesn't happen. That's being in charge, right? Is that being in charge? You see why you would think that's being in charge? Yeah. I mean, you can test that out. You can test that out in everyday life. You can say, well, look, suppose I were to decide not to pick this up, I wouldn't. Were I to decide to pick it up, it will get picked up. So you can test this out. But actually, that's what we really establish we have every day. But actually, what you're getting there is very, very limited. You've got the kind of control over your own actions that a barometer has over a storm. Were the barometer to be pointing at a different place, there wouldn't be a storm. were the barometer to be pointing at stormy, there would still be a storm. Yeah? But that's not because the barometer is in charge of the storm. That's because were the barometer to be pointing at something different, the air pressure would have been different. And it's the air pressure that makes the storm happen. Follow me very closely here. Let me just check. Is the barometer in charge of whether there's a storm or not? No. If you were a primitive savage looking at a barometer, might you think that's what makes it happen? Yes, because whenever it's pointing at stormy, well, by God, then there's a storm. Whenever it's not pointing at stormy, then there's not a storm. Hey, that's what's making it happen. So that's what you think about your own intentions. So long as your own intentions say, move it to the right, it gets moved to the right. So long as your own intentions say, move it to the left, it gets moved to the left. But that's not because your intentions are making anything happen. Your intentions are just coming along for the ride. Your intentions are indicators of what's going to happen. They are like the barometer. You can predict what you're going to do from your own intentions. But that's not the same thing as them being in charge. Yep. People what, sorry? People like direct. Yes, and anything like that. You mean, well, okay, there's lots going on with someone with Tourette's. Do you mean that the person with Tourette's might not know what they're doing? They don't know before they do it what they're going to do. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that would fit very well with Levette's kind of picture, where the role of conscious will is to veto the stuff. So, I mean, that's what, I don't know about you, that's what I always find scary about Tourette's people, that I'm like that the whole time, only I just keep it clamped down, and you're always kind of worried that the clamps might come by, that the clamps might come off, and all this stuff might come pouring out. So that's a picture in which the role of conscious will is to veto that stuff and hold it down. Yeah. But the point of this result is that the veto is not being applied by your conscious life. What's going on this picture, what's going wrong with someone with Tourette's is not that their conscious will is inhibiting, what's going wrong in this picture is not that what's going wrong with someone with Tourette's is that their conscious will is failing to inhibit all this stuff, all the socially unacceptable stuff. It's that the regulative processes in the brain are failing to regulate them. Yeah? The inhibition is not being done ultimately by the conscious will. The inhibition is being done by this unconscious neural activity. Yeah? The brain does its own regulation. Yeah, that's right. What you're articulating there is exactly Levette's picture. Yeah, that the conscious will is clamping down on things. But you have to bear in mind the possibility that what's going on is that you have unconscious brain processes here causing conscious intention. Yep, causing the action. And the veto is there are more unconscious brain processes here that are vetoing the action and causing an intention to veto. Yeah, but the intention to veto isn't actually doing any work. It's just along for the ride. The brain is regulating itself, and you're saying, hey, I'm anti-good. You know, I damp that down. Yeah. I can't make out you guys' reaction to this. Is this a surprising and astonishing result that can't possibly be right? Put your hand up if that's your reaction. And if you think, okay, a bit higher. Okay. And if you think, yeah, that's what I've always thought. Well, okay, that's not many, but some. Okay. What other reactions are there? Surprising but probably true. Sorry? Uh-huh. Right. Yeah, you move it to the right or move it to the left. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. So if he said something like, push the one that you think would make the experimenter happy, or move the one that you think would make your father happy, or something like that, where the product is something deeper, you might not get this result. I like this, a great idea, yeah. Yes. Right. Okay, I see that. On the other hand, you might have thought that this random choice was absolutely the purest expression of free will. You see what I mean? That, after all, if I move it to the right or move it to the left, it's not my background or my upbringing that's making me do it. It's not the cultural forces on me. It's not an oppressive hegemony that made me do it. You might just move it to the left or to the right. That's what's Alison Gottlieb phrase, Dostoevsky and free will. I'm not doing it because it was the right thing. I'm not doing it because I was oppressed into it. I'm not doing it for any of those reasons. I just, out of nowhere, my ultimate CEO authority, did it. There you go. That's freedom. I went to the left. And it's not. Yeah. So I see that perspective. Yeah. Anything else on that? One, two. Yes, right. Exactly, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the brain's going to be trained. I mean, the brain is going to be shaped by all kinds of environmental factors. Yeah. That's right. I mean, anyone who looks at the brain has got to say this is shaped by all kinds of complex environmental factors. It's not just born on what to do. Yeah. But that's all right. You don't have to be conscious to be trained to learn. Lots of animals that don't seem to be conscious will learn. A decapitated cockroach will learn, yeah, but not because it's conscious. Yeah. So you can get the brain to learn, but not because it's conscious. Yeah. So that vetoing can be being done without the benefit of consciousness. Yeah. They involve you consciously listening to them, following about it. Sure. Yes. very good, yeah. 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 So someone over that line the other day that your conscious life has to be setting the objectives, even if you're taking the objectives from the experimenter. Yeah, I think that is an important line of thought. The objective is being set, though, on a more schematic level than anything here. It's just push it one way or another, and then all these points kick in within the framework here. Yeah. But I guess the idea, the prediction of this kind of model would be, even when you're in the wild, as it were, like when I come in here, I have to switch on the what's that called, the computer, switch on the projector, get the screen down. Every time I have this choice, what order am I going to do it in? Yeah, so just the very things I do in a different order sometimes. Yeah, watch me next time. Free will at work. Yeah, but the prediction would be that if I'm doing that, nobody told me. I didn't have to have some conscious thing here telling me. I'm in the wild, as it were. Yeah, but the prediction would be, if we monitor what's going on in your brain activity, we can predict what order you're going to do everything in before you know it yourself. Yeah, and that's in the wild. Nobody giving you instructions. I mean, if you don't think this is very wild, just imagine I'm out foraging. Yeah, as one does. You think? I just let my brain do it. Yeah, that's what you're saying, basically. I let my brain do it. You choose. I could have tossed a coin. I just, yeah. Yeah, okay. Oh, yes, yes. Right. Yes. Yes. Right. 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 That's a very good point. I mean, no one in their senses would dive off the highest diving board if they really reflected on it. What you really want to do is get up there and hope that your body will just take over and do the rest. That's the idea here. Yeah. Okay. The danger is that you set that up and then you get the same experimental result. I mean, it's possible. I agree, you're right. It's possible you're getting that experimental result only for these free actions, for these random actions. But it's also possible that these are being chosen just because they're the easiest to study experimentally, whereas getting someone at the high diving board with all the apparatus on is going to be harder. But then once we do that, you'll get the same result. Yeah. I think this next point is connected to these questions that are coming up. It's sometimes argued that small children or animals arguably do whatever they want. Right? You want the chocolate, you eat it. You want to go this way, you go that way. And then some philosophers have argued that's not freedom, just doing what you want. What you want is to be in charge. You want to be in control of your own preferences. You want to be able to act on the basis of desires that are authentically yours. And the idea is that if you're a heroin addict, just as we say, enslaved by the drug, you might be doing what you want, because what you want is to get more heroin. But that's not freedom. If you're wanting to get more heroin, it's just a product of the fact that your frontal cortex has just been turned into a machine for getting heroin. That's not freedom. You're doing what you want, you're getting what you want, but what freedom requires is the ability to choose what preferences you're going to have. I was actually talking about this with someone in office hours. This kind of picture, if you can find, look, I love chocolate. Broccoli I don't like a bit. It's perfectly commonplace to think, those are my preferences, but boy, I wish those were not my preferences. Yeah, I want my preferences to be something different. And you can train yourself. You can train yourself so your preferences do come to be different. That's what all those New Year's resolutions are about, where you're thinking, well, I'm going to bring it about that my preferences are different. So it's arguable that freedom really is a matter of being able to discipline your preferences, being able to prefer what you're going to prefer. Or at any rate, that we certainly want some notion of your authentic preferences, that you should be able to act in accordance with the desires that you really identify with. It's not quite obvious that not just any second-order preference, not just any preference about your preferences will count. I mean, if you're in prison and you start out acting up to your jailers the whole time, and then they'll eventually flog you into wanting your preferences to be the same as their preferences, that's not really freedom. You have second-order desires there. I want my preferences to comply with their preferences, and you brought your preferences into line with it. That's not really freedom. Is that freedom? It doesn't seem like freedom. But anyhow, some picture like that, in which you're in charge of your own desires, that's very appealing. But even if that's your picture of freedom, if all this kind of thing is going on at this level of conscious intentions that are epiphenomenal in producing the action, no amount of that kind of stuff is going to add up to you being in charge. And this matters for criminal law. It matters for just blame in everyday life. We talked about this example before of, you're in a court of law, you're being asked, did you do this out of a desire for revenge, or did you do it to defend yourself? And as Jasper said, what the jury is doing there is trying to sink itself into the psychic situation of the defendant and understand genetically by empathy how one psychic event emerges from another. That's the whole point. That's